you're going to have to remove the kingpin, which is that in the middle, and then the 2 axles, which are the things where you put the wheels on. So let's get started. First, you're going to want to take apart your trucks. So once you've taken off one truck and taken it apart, just do the same with the other one. So there you go. Your truck should be completely taken apart like that. Alright, so we're going to start off with the kingpins. Kingpin is this screw right here that's sticking up. So as you can see on the bottom, it's this little thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to find a flat surface with a little hole in it so that you hammer from the top and then the little kingpin falls out through the bottom. To do that, I'm using a vise here. As you can see, I've made it so there's a little slot, so when I hammer from above, the kingpin will fall directly down. Alright, so you're going to take your hammer, and you're just going to hit it very easily a few times. See how it's slowly going down? If you hit it too hard, you might break it. And just like that, as you saw, it fell right through, and now your base plate is ready for tuning. So just do that for your other one. We're going to remove the axles. If you used your trucks a lot, fingerboarding, they might have even fallen out by themselves. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your axle, put it in the vise like that, and clamp it as hard as you can. So it's like that. Now you're going to take your pliers and grab the truck, and you're going to turn it counterclockwise, just like that. And see how easy that was? Just remove the axle. And it's just right here. There it is. So just repeat that. I'll show you it again. Clamp your axle very tightly. Take your pliers, grab the truck, and turn it counterclockwise. And there you go. Some trucks are a little easier to do than others, but they'll all come out pretty easily if you do them like this. So just do that. And if your trucks are already painted, then you might want to be careful while you grab them with the pliers so you don't scratch them. But it's best to paint your trucks after removing the axles and stuff. And if you want to paint them, you can use spray paint or acrylic paint. So just letting you know that. Alright, so once we're done, time to show you guys how to tune them. Now, I'm going to teach you first how to do kingpins. So you're going to take your base plate, take a kingpin screw. You can get them from Summit, Flatface, Fingerboard Store, and Arctic. And I'll give you the site links later, so you can check those out. So, this is a Fingerboard Store kingpin. So you're going to need to take all your bushings now. I've got O-rings, but you could use Summit or Close-Up or even Tech Deck, whatever bushings you want. So, you're going to take your kingpin. Next, you're going to have your top washer, which, if you have different sized washers, would be a smaller washer. If they're all the same size, then it's any washer. So, you're going to have kingpin washer, then top bushing, which would be your smaller bushing if there's 2 different sizes. So, you're going to put it like that. Now, take your hanger, put the kingpin through, so it's like that. Now, put your bottom bushings on, and then a washer on the bottom, just like this. See that? And now, all you're gonna do is, the kingpin, by the way, goes into the higher hole. You see how there's a lower one and a higher one? It's gonna go into the higher one. So, you'll stick it in just like that, and hold it carefully. Use an Allen key, and screw it, clockwise. And just keep tightening it more and more until it feels pretty tight, but this is where you gotta be careful. Don't over tighten it, because you might snap your screw. And so it might stick out a little on the bottom like that, but not very much. And there you go. So your kingpins are done. And then, so repeat the same thing with your other trucks. And then I'll teach you how to do axles. As you can see, I finished both my truck's kingpins. And so, I just told you how to do those, but basically, I just want to stress the fact that you have to be really careful not to over tighten them, because once you feel them like getting tight, like harder to turn, don't turn them anymore, really, or maybe a little bit, but be very careful, because the more you tighten them, the closer they are to breaking, and eventually they'll just snap, and then they'll be stuck in your base plate, which will be ruined, and you'll need a new screw. So, yeah. Another thing, you're going to need an Allen key, as you saw, for the kingpins and the axles. And you can get these at Summit, Substance, and probably Arctic, too. Alright, so now I'm going to teach you how to do the axles, which are what holds the wheels on. So, if you have wheels without bearings, tech deck wheels, old flat faces, nollie wheels, stuff like that, you can use regular tuning screws. And so you're going to put the screw through the wheel like that, so the head is in there, and then it's just sticking out like that, and put it in the truck, just like that. Take your Allen key and just screw it in. Alright, so there you go. And that is how to do tuning for wheels without bearings. What to do if you have bearing wheels, which you should have bearing wheels. It's a little more complicated, but yeah. Alright, so for this, you are gonna need your truck, obviously, a wheel with a bearing in it. Some examples are flat face wheels, Winkler wheels, Substance wheels, just any wheel with a bearing. You'll know if it has a bearing or not. And you're going to need a bearing tuning screw instead of just a regular tuning screw. And those can be bought at Arctic, Flatface, Summit, etc. So you're going to need JB Weld or epoxy, but I've got JB Weld here. They'll usually come in 2 tubes, and what you're going to have to do, I'm not going to do it right now, but you're going to open it up, obviously, and pour out a small amount of each, and make sure it's an equal amount of each tube, because there'll be different types. You mix them together. Just use a nail or something. I usually use a nail. Mix them up pretty well for about 30 seconds to a minute. Mix them with a nail. Then, so I'm not actually doing it, but pretend I am. So you'll just scoop some up and put it like inside the hole here, and then just wipe off any excess with your finger. Then put your bearing screw through your wheel like that, as before, and put a little bit of JB Weld or epoxy on that, and then carefully put it in, and just try not to get glue on the back of the wheel, and then just let it sit for probably overnight until it dries. So basically you're just gluing the screw in, and that'll be it, and you'll be done.